Hello, my friends. Today we got a question from one of our students. What is the project management plan, Phil? Can you expand on the project management plan? Leroy, thank you very much for sending in this question. Let's first of all talk about project management at a high level. Project management is broken down into 5 process groups: initiating the project, which is authorization; planning the project. This is where you actually build a project management plan. Then you execute it, you monitor and control the project, and you close it. Now, on top of this, it's important that you understand the process groups in more detail and the knowledge areas in more detail. So this explanation makes more sense. So when we break project management down by knowledge areas, we're talking about integration, the overall coordination; scope, identifying what needs to be done; schedule, developing a schedule; managing cost, quality, resources, communications; risk, procurement, and stakeholders. So I'm assuming you've already heard about these knowledge areas. Well, the plan that puts all of these knowledge areas in context and weaves them all together in a common narrative using integration is what your project management plan is all about. Your project management plan weaves together change management, configuration management, scope and requirements management, the baseline, such as the scope baseline, the schedule management plan, the schedule baseline, the cost management plan or the cost baseline, the quality management plan, resource management plan, communications management plan, risk management plan, procurement management plan, and stakeholder engagement plan. It weaves these all together to form one cohesive project management plan. Now, some people may refer to this loosely as a project plan. What does this look like? Let me show you an example. I will put a link below to the template, but you can get a free template from the CDC website that shows you how a project management plan is broken down. As you can see here, we have different sections. We have scope, we have schedule, cost, quality, and so on. Now, some of these take on old names like human resource management, but now we call it resource management. Same thing. I advise you to download this document and look into the different sections, and you'll see how they have compartmentalized the different knowledge areas that I just showed you. It forms a cohesive plan, and this could be used to manage an entire project. That is really what your project management plan is all about. It's a breakdown that shows you knowledge area by knowledge area what exactly needs to be done. Now, expanding on this, your project management plan is the definition of how the project will be executed, how it will be monitored, controlled, and closed. And bear in mind, like I showed you, there are different ways you could construct this plan. It could be a very high-level plan, and it could be detailed. By the time you populate a template like this, you could easily be running into 20 or 30 pages. So understand that it could be summary level, it could be detailed, and each component that I've shown you in this template, for example, is used to break down the knowledge area that is specific to that section. One of the things we need to be aware of is this plan should be robust enough to respond to the ever-changing project environment. If you're talking about predictive projects, this must be robust enough. We're not looking to make it as big as possible just for size sake. No, we want to make it robust enough to cater to the ever-changing environment. All right. At the same time, we would like to make it concise. So depending on the effort you're working on, this could be really huge, could be in 50, 60, 100 pages. And a smaller project, it might be a 1-page or a 2-pager. The project management plan will be baselined. In other words, it will be approved by stakeholders, sponsor, customer, and so on. And it's important to define the bare minimum of schedule, cost, and scope so that when you're executing, you can measure what you are accomplishing to what was planned. Okay. Depending on your unique circumstance, your unique project, your unique PMO, Again, this could be something management wants to see and wants to control to a very high degree or not. It depends on your organization. But the key thing is once this is baselined, once we have baselined this project management plan, it can only be changed through the formal change control procedures. And consequently, change requests are going to be generated and decided upon whenever a change is requested. You do need to be aware of that for your exam. Projects that exist in the context of a program, let's say they belong to a portfolio, they should develop a project management plan that is consistent with the higher level program management plan or high level portfolio management plan. An example of this is if the program management plan indicates all changes exceeding a specific cost need to be change control board reviewed, then we need to follow that process even when it comes to the smaller plans that fall under this overarching program management plan, right? We also want to define the cost thresholds in the project management plan, all right? The project management plan is created as part of the develop project management plan process. So the develop project management plan process, as you probably know, is one of 7 processes in integration. It's process number 2. And as you can see in this comic strip here, the project management plan can be viewed as a collection of several subsidiary plans. Various tiny plans, as I showed you, are used to create this one. The key benefit of the develop project management plan process is the production of a comprehensive plan, a project management plan that defines the basis of all the project work. It is used to drive the project. If you look into the details, there's certain inputs that help us, especially the charter, the tools and techniques that are going to be used to bring together all of the plans and to create the composite. This is how I like students thinking about this effort. Page 25 in the PMP Guide 6th edition has several processes that fall under scope all the way down to stakeholder. What you are doing in develop project management plan is you are taking all of these inputs, all of the things you get from these planning efforts, and you are rolling them up in this top level into one cohesive plan. That's how I like to think about it. To keep it simple though, bear in mind that some entities or organizations may simply have one template for a project management plan, and the goal of the project manager and the team is to complete this document by filling in all these sections, as you can see here, schedule, cost, scope, and so on. I hope this further explains and clarifies what exactly is done in the project management plan. Be aware that in the real world, nothing is etched in stone. It is very possible to have additional components of this plan. One company that I worked with had a health and safety plan as part of their project management plan. All right, so remember, flexibility, tailoring also needs to be accounted for. Thank you very much for your audience. And remember, if you are looking for training, coaching, help, mentoring for your PMP exam, you need to go on down to our website. It's praizion.com. It'll be a pleasure to help you in your endeavors. You take care, and bye for now.